Our next inductee is one of those people that just never stops going, that does incredible things. He's the founder of Nerium, founder of Live Happy magazine. This year he addressed the General Council at the United Nations on happiness. He's the author of the #1 best-selling book, The Slight Edge, and he launched the country's only positive TV network called the People's Network. I found out about Jeff when I was at Molly Stone's in San Mateo, and you know, they always have those horrible magazines right as you check out, and there was a magazine called Live Happy. I said, who is this guy? Well, here is this guy. Come on up, Jeff. Please welcome Jeff Olson.
Brought my own cheering section. Ain't that cool? Love my magazine. Okay, it's not mine. Actually, Kim Yancey and Deborah right there, they do all the work, so congratulations to you guys. It's really great. First of all, Mike, I got to applaud you because this is really, where else in the world would a bunch of people come together around happiness, right? And every single award show started somewhere, right? And every great one started somewhere, so you're somebody, it's a pioneer in this industry, so we applaud you. I want to just share with you some of my thoughts on the space of happiness. It was really neat at the United Nations, first of all, because after we spoke at the United Nations, the General Assembly on global happiness, afterwards the ambassador to Bhutan walked up, so it's just quote-unquote the happiest country in the world, and said, hey, we really liked what you had to say. Could you come over to our embassy afterwards? And so, heck yeah, I'm going to go to Bhutan's embassy. Okay, so I went over there, and there's the monks. You know how the monks look in their robes and that type of thing. Went in there, and they did a little prayer on us as we went in, and then they gave me a drink, and that was one of the stiffest drinks I've ever had in my life, okay? And so now I know why no, but it was really neat, okay? I'm just saying to sit around and talk to them and share with them, but for me, I can't even see my little notes I made for you guys here, but I want to share with you how I got to happiness, because first of all, it's interesting I'm here, because when I was in undergraduate school and I was going to go to graduate school, I wanted to go to Stanford. They didn't accept me, okay? So here I am. I've gone to Stanford now. So I went on to graduate school somewhere else. But with that, for me, the journey here has been a quite interesting one, because I've been really blessed in the business world. It just seems like everything I've touched has worked. And a lot of people have asked me why I work. I just got Forbes did an interview with me, why businesses work for me. And I've always said the same thing. I work on people more than I work on the business. And I just believe people are businesses. And I think I think you've got to have great products. You have to have great systems. You have to have great operations. You have to do all those things that you have to do. Those make sense. But people is what make things happen. And I've always focused on people first. And I think I build people, they build a company. And it's worked for me every single time. And through that, when I started focusing on people, the thing that I saw is that most people have the desire to be successful. Most of these people have the desire to be happy. I mean, I never saw people not wanting to be happy. Even Dalai Lama said there's two things people look for. Number one, they're avoiding pain, and they're looking for happiness. People are always searching for that, but they didn't really have maybe the right philosophy for that. So I started focusing on people's philosophies. And what a philosophy is, what you know and how you hold it and how it affects what you do. And you get your philosophies pretty much by the books you read. And I've always said the books you don't read can't help you. You know, if somebody spent their entire lifetime learning something and then wrote a book, why would I spend my lifetime learning it? Why not just read their darn book, okay? And so if you read the books or listen to their tapes or go to their seminars or people you associate with, it will affect your philosophies. And you have a good philosophy, it'll create your attitude. And if you have good attitudes, then the actions start to work. And I've always never thought the actions were as important as how you do the actions. And I really built all my businesses that way, focusing more on the person's philosophy and attitude. If I fixed that, then their hows, they would do the hows. It wasn't the hows, it was how they did the hows. And that's how I focused everything in my life. And that led me to what you heard about the television network. I got really tired of TV. I don't know about you, but I have a hard time watching TV with what's on there. And I personally think when you get up every single day, you don't have to seek out negative. It's in abundance. Would you agree? It's everywhere, okay? You turn on TV, you listen to the radio. It's just crap, quite honestly. And that's how I feel. And so you go to checkout stand in a grocery store, and you look to your left, and there's all those magazines, and it's crap, 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 live happy, crap, crap, crap. And so, and you don't have to seek out negative, but you have to seek out positive. You have to consciously, with willpower and determination, look for happiness. And so I thought, let's build a TV network. And so started a TV network, produced 900 plus shows around family, finance, health, relationships, career, sales. Everything was positive. It was a private network, nothing negative on it of any type. And that was really just a neat process and get into starting this, this idea that you could make people different, that you could change people's philosophies and change their attitudes and that type of thing. And that went on its way and been involved in some other business and stuff. And all of a sudden, across the horizon, this thing called happiness started showing up. And happiness is just something you just go, yeah, it makes sense. But all of a sudden, it started showing up, and I got intrigued by it, and I started studying it. And I went out and saw Dr. Marty Seligman at UPenn and sat down and talked to him, invited him to my house out in California. He came out, and we sat and talked. And because he's the godfather of positive psychology and well-being. And it just intrigued me that something was going on, that there was an awakening going on around happiness. And if you look at the Google Analytics, it's turned like that. You look at how many books are written, 15 years ago and how many books were written in the last year. It's just a huge change. And look at all the different things that are going on. The university's teaching it, and the school system's getting behind it. And just saw there was something here. And so what I saw with happiness, and it's just a really neat thing, it has some similarities to personal development. See, personal development to me is a precursor to being successful. The more you develop yourself, the more you're going to change your health, you're going to change your finances, you're going to change your relationships, you're going to change your success in business. And when you start studying happiness, you see that happiness is really, it comes out of academia. It is where you see all this positive psychology and well-being. And you see they're saying kind of the same thing about happiness as people say about personal development, and that it is the precursor to being successful. And that most people have it backwards. They think when I get healthy, I'll be happy. When I get my finances in order, I'll be happy. When I get my relationships, I'll be happy. When I'm successful, I'll be happy. And it's proven through academia and research and universities and brain scans and clinicals and everything, it's exactly the other way. You become happy and you'll become healthier. You become happy and your relationships will work better. You become happy and your business will work better for you. You become happy, you'll be more successful. And that really intrigued me because happiness seemed to be like the new age of personal development, okay? And so that's what got me going. And I started chasing this thing. And it's so neat about it because, number one, happiness is a precursor of success, okay? But number two is so interesting is in getting around Dr. Marty Seligman and talking to him and talking to all of his grad students and then going to meet Sean Aker from Harvard and talking to these people, they tell you and they can show you that happiness is easy to obtain. It's not hard. It's as simple as I heard 3 gratitudes. It's simple as just a few things for a few minutes a day and changing the way your brain fires, the neurons in the brain, the passive way, and it just starts changing you. And you can take almost somebody who's a grumpy old man and turn into a happy old man, okay? In a short period of time. And the world I came from was personal development, which seemed like 13th and 14th grade. Have you ever got into, go there and you start reading the books, listen to the tapes? It feels heavy, does it not? It's like I went back to school. And so if a lot of people would not engage in it, but happiness, what I have found, the masses engage in it. They're intrigued by it. They're attracted to it. And the other thing I found is the masses can succeed in it, where the masses don't necessarily always succeed in personal development because it is kind of like another journey of school. And so it's not something, it's also the precursor, just like personal development, but it's also easy to obtain by the masses. And that's another thing that sets it apart. The third thing I found out about it, it is not about big things that happen to you. It's about little things that you do. And I've always believed, I wrote my book, The Slight Edge, and thanks for plugging it, okay? I wrote the book about being the anti-quantum leap. That's what all that book is. It's about that successful people do the little things that seem to make no difference at all in the act of doing them. They just do them over and over and over and over with consistency and persistency over a long period of time with a good attitude, and they eventually start to work. The compound effect kicks through. And it's not about quantum leap. And really, that's what happiness is all about. Happiness is just it's something that if you engage in it, it's the precursor to making your life work. It's easy for the masses to obtain, and it's not about something big that happens to you, like winning the lottery or something great happening. It's about these little things you do. And what you find in happiness, the more that you share happiness, the happier you become. And that's the neatest thing. And so that's where I've got all tied up with this right here. And we decided what we're going to do is we're going to become the biggest content aggregator of happiness, information out there, okay? So we did that in our websites, and we just do that for free. We're gathering content all day long, every single day, from everywhere we can, put it on our website, free, so anybody can share it with anybody in the world. And then we have this magazine, because you got to get out there and fight somewhere, okay, and put the magazine on the newsstand about happiness. And our whole goal is just real simple, It's the same goal that I do inside my businesses. It's the same goal. The reason I got a lot of cheers, I was just at an event over by Berkeley today. I brought some of my friends with me, okay? And it's the same thing I do in that business is I'm constantly trying to share or help people basically change their awareness about happiness. And see, if you ask the average person, if we walk down to a mall right now, and I walked up to the average person, and I said to them, do you realize, if I asked them this simple test, is happiness a precursor to success, or do you have to be financially, does finances make you happy, does your health make you happy, your relationships make you happy, or is it the other way? I guarantee you 99.9% think if they're healthier, they'll be happy. If they have their relationships, they'll be happy. If they have their finances, they'll be happy. They don't know the secret, which is if you have happiness, you will get your health. If you have happiness, you will get relationships. They don't know that. So 99.9% of people have it backwards out there. So if they're not aware of that, how many people know about it? They don't know about it. So the first thing we want to do is make people aware of it, right? So we tell the story, and that's what we do with the Live Happy website. We do with the Live Happy magazine. I'm not here pitching the magazine. I'm just telling you where we're coming from. But if you're aware of something, but you don't have access to it, does it exist in your life? No. If you're aware of something, but you don't have access, it still doesn't exist. And so what we're trying to do is increase access to it. But the real thing to me, and that's what I applaud what you're doing right here, and this is what the main thing is, I think you got to always do the things to increase awareness about something. That's what we're doing here about happiness, okay? We think we got to always do things we can do about increasing access to happiness. And a lot of you people are doing that in everything you're doing every single day. But I personally think what makes information work is the environment associations you put people in. See, if information technology is the answer, you got to think about it. There's more information technology. We're right in the middle of it here, right? There's more information technology today than there's ever been in the history of mankind, okay? So if information technology is the answer, then we should be a healthier society. But we're less healthier today than we were 10 years ago, but there's more information about health, and there's more access to information about health than there's ever been. Same thing about finance, the same thing about relationships. So if information technology is the answer, we should be a healthier society, a happier society. We should have better finances. We should have better health and all those things, but that's not the case. It's like the reason when you look, if information technology is the answer, and I saw an alcoholic, I'd walk up and give them the Alcoholic Anonymous CD, right? Say, congratulations, you're no longer an alcoholic because I just used information technology on you. Well, you got to do that, right? But what changes them is the environment and associations you put them in, okay? And that's what you're doing here. That's what's so neat about it. All of us are out there doing our things to increase awareness about happiness. We're all out there doing our things to increase access to happiness. But it's only going to happen when we come together as people. When we together start making the world a better place. When we start changing the environment associations, and it starts with us. And I've always believed in synergy, where they always say 2 minds creates a third more powerful mind. Well, 2 happy people creates a third more happy person, right? And that's what we're doing here. And that's why I applaud you for what you're doing. And I really believe there's a lot of people out there care. I kind of divide the world in 2 groups. There's the givers and there's the takers. And I love givers, and I run from takers. Takers, they have a scarcity mentality. They think if you win, I lose. And the world's full of those kind of people. I hate to say that, but also the world's full of givers. And givers think there's abundance and there's enough for all of us. And I think there's a lot of people out there, I call them the choir, people like us. And if we get the choir together and we start working on this thing, they will go out and get the congregation. And that's what's going on here. So I really, really applaud what you're doing here. We want to support you all the way, okay? God bless you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you, guys.